Okay. Are you all set, Kylie?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Lori, can you please contact the main office?
Number 1. Which weather station model for a New York State location indicates the snow may be about to fall? You'll have to use page 13 with the present weather symbols. Okay, number 2. The cross section below shows a weather front. The large arrow shows the direction of movement of the cool air mass. Which type of weather front is shown? Let's get rid of D. So it's either A, B, or C. A warm front, a cold front, or an occluded front. Number 3. Base your answers to the following question on the Earth Science reference tables and your knowledge of Earth Science. A station model is shown. What is the air pressure at this location? I will take away D, so it's either A, B, or C. You just have to convert it, right? Mm-hmm. So it looks as though you'll bring one decimal into the left and add either a 9 or a 10 and figure out if it fits into the chart under the barometric pressure on page 13.
Is it okay if I use my calculator on my phone? Okay, for this next one.
Are you on number 4?
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 4. A parcel of air has a dry bulb temperature of 16 and a wet bulb temperature of 10. What are the dew point and the relative humidity of the air? So you're going to be doing both charts. So first, with the 16 and the 10, you find the difference. Then you use your dry bulb temperature and the difference. And first, you're going to look at your dew point chart and your relative humidity chart. Number 5. Base your answer to the following questions on this weather map below. The map shows a low pressure system that is influencing weather conditions in New York State. Wind velocity is probably greatest at which city? Wind velocity. So I'm going to take away 2 of them. I'm going to take away B and D. So it's either A or C. So you'll have to use the New York State.
Mm-hmm.
What page is that, Kylie? 9?
3.
What is it, 3?
Mm-hmm.
On page 3, you'll have to find the map of New York State and figure out where the wind velocity would be the greatest at which city. So it's either Buffalo or Syracuse. Okay. Number 6. This shows a frontal boundary between maritime, tropical, and continental polar air masses. It shows some clouds and shows the front at ground level. Why do clouds and precipitation usually occur along the frontal surface? Is it the warm air rises, expands, and cools? The warm air sinks, expands, and cools, and warms. The cool air rises, compresses, and cools. The cool air sinks, compresses, and warms. So which 2 can we get rid of?
C.
Perfect. Let's get rid of C and D. So now you have to decide whether it's A or B. Number 7. Which map correctly shows the general pattern of flow of the prevailing surface winds near the equator on March 21st? So, let's see. And usually If you need to look at the prevailing winds, that's on page 14 of your reference table. So I'm going to take away 2. I'm going to take away C and D. So it's either A or B. Which map correctly shows the general pattern of flow of prevailing surface winds near the equator on March 21st? Number 8. The weather characteristics of an air mass result primarily from its what? Its geographic origin, the size and shape, the rate of movement, the direction of movement. What 2 can we get rid of?
B and C.
Perfect. Get rid of B and C. So it's either geographic origin or the direction of movement. The weather characteristics of an air mass result primarily from its what? Number 9. The same amount of heat energy is added to equal masses of lead, iron, basalt, and water at room temperature. Assuming no phase change takes place, which substance will have the smallest change in temperature? If heat energy is added to all of those, which substance will have the smallest change in temperature? I'm going to take away one of them. I'm going to take away lead. So it's either iron, basalt, or water.
Okay.
Number 10. The planetary wind and moisture belts indicate that large amounts of rainfall occur at Earth's equator because air is what? At Earth's equator. So if you look on page 14, if you find the Earth's equator is at 0 degrees, right, it's right in the middle. So it's definitely A or B, right? Okay, so we can get rid of C and D. Number 11. Which weather change is most likely indicated by rapidly falling air pressure? The air pressure is falling. So let's get rid of A. So which weather change is most likely indicated? A temperature is decreasing, skies are clearing, or a storm is approaching. Falling air pressure. Number 12. In which map does the arrow show the general direction that most low-pressure storm systems move across the United States? So what 2 can we get rid of right off the bat?
B and D.
B and D. Perfect. So it's either A or C. Number 13. The weather map shows a storm system centered near the Great Lakes. Letters A through D represent weather stations shown on this map. What type of weather front has entered New York State? And take a peek at New York State right up there. It's going to be, it's either a warm or a cold. And if you can remember what those bumps are, right? And if you're not 100% sure, that's right, 13. Are you good with that one?
Yep.
Number 14. The air over the equator generally rises because the air is what? Think of the equator. So it's let's get rid of C and D. So the air over the equator is either dry and cool with a low density, moist and hot with a low density. Lucy, we're on number 15 if you want to hop on. What's that? Number 15. A high air pressure, dry climate belt is located at which Earth latitude? So I'm going to take away one of them. I'm going to take away the A. So it's either 15 degrees north, 30 degrees north, or 60 degrees north. A high air pressure, dry climate.
Can we also look on page 15?
On page 14.
14 now?
Yep. So they're looking for a dry climate. So we've narrowed it down to either 15 degrees north, 30 degrees north, or 60 degrees north. So if you look right across the line, it basically kind of tells you what each one is. So I'm getting rid of A. So it's either 15, 30, or 60 that has the dry climate belt. Okay? Number 16. Which weather instrument has most improved the accuracy of weather forecasts over the past 40 years? Oh, over the past 40 years. So a psychrometer is not going to give us a weather forecast. It's not going to tell us what's in the future. So let's get rid of A and B. What one of those instrument would improve the accuracy of forecasts?
Okay.
Number 17. A desert often forms on the leeward side of a mountain range, as shown in this accompanying cross-section. After most of the moisture is removed from the air on the windward side, deserts form on the leeward side because sinking air, what? Does it expand or compress right off the bat? It compresses, so it's either A or B. Number 18. This is where you'll use page, 13? What is the relative humidity? Is it 13?
Yeah, it's 12.
Sorry, it's 12. So they want to know the relative humidity, and that's going to be on the bottom graph, of a sample of air that has a dry bulb temperature of 20 and a wet bulb of 11. So you need to find the difference between 20 and 11. Use your dry bulb number of 20. Find the difference on the top, go down, and find the answer. Number 19. One result of a large volcanic eruption is that surface air temperatures decrease over a sizable region of Earth. This phenomenon occurs because volcanic eruptions usually decrease what? Is it the transparency of the atmosphere? The number of dust particles entering the atmosphere? Or the amount of moisture in the atmosphere? I'm going to take away D. Why would volcanic eruptions cause the air surface temperature to decrease? Okay, number 20. Ozone is concentrated in Earth's atmosphere with an altitude of 20 to 35 kilometers. Which atmospheric layer contains the greatest concentration of ozone?
No, I look here.
Yeah, I'm looking to see. I think it's, okay, it's page 14. So you're going to find which, and it's given us between 20 and 30 kilometers of the altitude. So if you're looking on the left, which ozone fits into the 20 to 35 kilometers? And the KM is on the outside. See the 40? So it's going to fit in between there. So what one can we get rid of right off the bat?
A and B.
We can get rid of A and B. Yep. So it's either the troposphere or the stratosphere. Okay. Good. 21. Clouds usually form when what? Air temperature reaches the dew point. Evaporation has warmed the surrounding air. Relative humidity is 0%. I'm going to take away D. Clouds usually form when what? (22). Here's another one. What is the dew point? And that's the table on the top, I believe. When the dry bulb temp is 20. Oh, this is going to trick you. So, and the relative humidity is 30%. So it's kind of like a back tracing one. I'm going to take away
I got it.
D. I'm going to take away D.
I'm not really good at these ones.
You're wicked good at those?
Yeah.
'23. Most of the water vapor in the atmosphere is found in the what? The water vapor.
Don't you look like right here?
I'm looking for.
And it's like the yellow
I
flash
believe
here.
so. So, I go back to it. I see water vapor on the side on page 14. So let's see here. Most of it is in what? Let's see. It's definitely not the mesosphere, right? Because water vapor decreased the higher it got. Right, so it's not A or B. So it's either the troposphere or the stratosphere. Number 24. Let's see. The map shows the weather systems over the central and eastern United States and weather data for several cities. Okay, we've seen this. Which map correctly shows the movement of surface air associated with a high pressure and a low pressure? So there again, you need to know which direction high pressure and low pressure kind of go in. What do they do? So what one can we absolutely get rid of? D.
D and C.
Perfect. Okay. Okay, are you good with that one?
Yep.
Number 25. This is the same picture we saw earlier. In the front, at ground level, if the front at ground level is moving towards city B, which type of weather front is shown? So, oopsie. I'm going to get rid of D. So it's either A, B, or C. Number 26 shows this map again. Which weather station is located in the maritime tropical air mass associated with this storm? So, let's see here. I'm going to get rid of
D and C. Oh, D and D.
good. Get rid of B and D. So it's either A or C. Okay. Number 27. What is the primary cause of winds? Is it humidity differences, air pressure differences, the revolution of Earth, the rotation of Earth? A primary cause of winds. 28. The map shows a weather system that is affecting part of the United States. The air mass influencing the weather of Nebraska, way over there, most likely originated where? Okay. Let's see here. We can definitely get rid of D. Okay. So it's either A, B, or C. Anything that would affect, and it shows us right there that it's a continental polar.
We just have to know where it was.
That's right, where it came from. And every bit of North America's weather comes from this region. 29. Let's see, a map view of a surface air movement in a low pressure system is shown. The air near the center of this low pressure system usually will what? Will it evaporate into a liquid? It's not going to reverse direction, okay? Rise and form clouds, or squeeze together to form a high pressure system? Good. Get rid of B and D. And number 30, the cross section below shows the flow of prevailing winds over a mountain ridge. Which location is most likely to receive precipitation? And we can get rid of D. So it's either A, B, or C. Which area? And if you're unsure, I feel like there's pictures of that on this quiz somewhere. It would show where that would be, where there would be precipitation. Oh, let's see. And actually, it's right on number 17 if you're unsure. Okay. Okay. All right, Kylie, how do I end this? How do I stop recording? Right here. Go to this. And then stop.
You exit out?
It did this to me last
I have no
time,
idea.
too.
What are you recording for?
Rose.
Oh,
So see, it doesn't give me an option to actually end recording.
so you just unplug it?
You think so? And then, I guess, I just think that there should be home screen recorder. And last week I tried to figure it out. I thought that I could click on that and it would end it.
Press cancel. Won't let you?
No, it won't even
Maybe
let me.
just X out of it.
I'll just X out of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see what happens. All right. Thanks. All right, Luce. Did you want me to finish with?
I can finish the lesson if you want.
Okay, because there's I have to go in like 4 minutes. Are you going to come? You're going to be able to work on it with Mrs.
Yeah.
Weston 8th period? And were you able to stay right along with me while we were kind of? And where did you probably have half of it, right, to do? Okay. Alrighty.